What up, what up, what up? Welcome to my channel. This is RFU. Um, I'm gonna give y'all some channel updates because there have been a lot of changes. Welcome, welcome. Gather around, get your seats. I'm glad y'all here. I'm glad you came. Thank y'all for riding with me. I know it's been a very long time since I have posted, but as you can see, there have been a lot of changes in my 3D, right? Which is kind of the collective energy right now. It's a lot of basically a lot of the shit that I said was going on in my last message, right? So I post when I'm guided to post, which is why we're fucking here, right? What's up, Magic SkooBus babies, gang gang in the building. Thank y'all for riding with me. So this message or this video is about channel changes in particular, but I feel like somebody's egging me for a message, so that shit will probably come out. So let me just try to run through this shit real quick as far as the channel changes and things that will be looking a little different moving forward over here at RFU. So first things first, yes, I did change the name of my channel. It's not RFUTAROT anymore. It's just RFU. So RFU stands for right for you. So in my transition, in my ascension, I feel the need to post more than just tarot videos. So it has went from RFU Tarot to just RFU. And I feel like it would be RFU Lifestyle more so. So not only will I be posting tarot videos in particular, but I'll be posting some DIY videos, some videos for single moms and videos for single dads, videos for parents with special needs children, and I call them mom Guyver hacks, little things that have helped me along the way in helping my disabled child not disabling my disabled child, basically. So it's little tips, tricks, and hacks along the way of helping my children flourish to their highest potential at this moment. And also, there will be tips, tricks, and hacks in regards to special needs children in particular, and just um, how I was able to find my way in regards to like NICU experience, transitioning to home, things in regards to doing things by yourself, things that they teach you to do with other parents or other people that I've learned to do myself. Just, I want my channel to reflect who I am as a soul. And I think when I first started out with RFU Tarot, that's where I was in my journey at that point in time. And that was very important for me and for a lot of y'all. But in growing and transitioning and ascending, there are other things that I feel like I could share with you guys that I really probably would have done a little better had I had that same guidance. So moving forward, RFU Tarot will not be RFU Tarot, will only be RFU, and we'll be focusing on more so on all aspects of life, not just tarot, because I will say this, I feel sometimes, especially for me in my spiritual journey, I felt like sometimes I relied too heavily upon tarot. And at certain points in my journey, it definitely did help me. But I also found a space and time where it became something that I was codependent upon. Something where it was like, okay, this reader said this, so it has to be that, or it's not right, or um, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing because this reader said this and I'm not doing that. So I should be progressing. Like I found myself basing my 3D experiences and my soul transition and ascension on certain readers. And I'm not saying that it's not good to connect with a reader that you find that speaks to your soul. That is good, but there will be times that you find where even your favorite reader is something that you can't tap into at that particular moment. Either you don't understand them, So maybe they're a little ahead of you, or they sound dumb to you because they're still stuck on some 3D shit that you've been to let go, right? So I want my channel to grow with me as I grow, and I want to be my authentic self. And sometimes that shit changes because, I'm saying in a year, a whole lot of shit can change. You know what I mean? So there are specific uh, transitions and changes that happen on a daily that I would like to share with y'all, just for my own peace of mind and also to help anyone who may need that message at that time. So not only will I be sharing tarot videos, I will be sharing, I got a notebook here. Okay, ride with me, G. Okay. So not only will I be sharing tarot messages, I will also be sharing, like I said, tips and tricks for special needs parents and single parents, period. But there will be segments or videos in particular that are titled Moments of Clarity, and that will be random topics, right? Just on however I may need to vent that day or whatever I'm feeling for the collective. It's adult content, adult conversations, like going beneath the surface, like in-depth soul conversations, um, things that we could be doing better, things that I have experienced that could give you a different perception to help you in your transition, things of that nature, like really deep conversations. Those will be titled Moments of Clarity. Um, Also, critical thinking and solutions as well. Steps in the Sand will be another title video, and that will be spiritual conversations, worship. Yes, I have gotten much closer to God over these last few months. And I know when I first started out, I was mostly referring to Source, right? Mother God and the divine feminine energy. And I feel like I was connecting with that the most when I first started my spiritual journey because I am a divine feminine in this vessel, right? So I'm a divine feminine, and I was more so ready and able, willing to connect with another feminine energy. I feel like when I first started off on this journey, on this path, I was a little closed off to the masculine energy. And I see that predominantly as what a lot of these organized religions refer to as God, right? So for me, Source is the divine feminine energy of all creation. And God, or the God of my understanding, the divine masculine energy, is the masculine creation of all, right? So with them two coming together in their divine union, they created all of us, right? That's just the way the shit breaks down for me and the way that I think. Everyone has their own different stages and levels and ways of thinking, and I encourage you all to find your own path. Definitely, this channel is called RFU because I want you to find what is right for you. I'm just sharing my experiences and my transition in the way that looked for me, right? So, as I looked at myself closer and more so found out who I was, it was easier for me to connect with Source and the God of my understanding, both those feminine and masculine energies. And that was important for me at the time because those were things that I was balancing within myself. And so, um, trust that everything happens in divine timing. And also, let me say this major cheat code, right? I just heard DJ Khaled, The Keys. So, definitely, this is a huge cheat code. Divine timing is solely based on you and your transition. So, if there's something that you're trying to attain, achieve, or manifest, you have to do the work within yourself. If you have that within you and you're exuding that, then you're going to draw that to you. So, divine timing is all based on you and the work that you're willing and able to do in your transition at that moment, in your transition, in your spiritual journey, right? We are coexisting in the spiritual journey and this human experience. And within the two commingling, we oftentimes find ourselves up shit creek, a little bit confused or disheveled in our decision making. And everything is for purpose, right? So if you trust in yourself, your intuition, and your logic to be able to put those pieces together, once you have trusted your intuition to get you to the place in which to put those logical pieces together, if you have those two, and then you also have the balance of your feminine and masculine, and the willing, able, um, humbleness to actually put the action behind what it is that you're trying to manifest, well, then that's when it happens, right? So that's the cheat code in divine timing. Divine timing is solely based on your lessons and how well you sustain those lessons. Once you have fully sustained those lessons, you move on to greater lessons, and you also move on to greater rewards. Based on the last video that I posted, um, and the energies that I'm feeling now, let me say this. For one, that last message was very relevant, not only for Scorpios, but for us as a collective. Um, but things have definitely picked up. Things have definitely moved into a more positive, motivated, productive energy. And the organizing and scheduling of everything, like I was hitting on in that last message, it was a very hectic energy when it first hit. But also, I have moved, and I feel that in the energy for a lot of us collectively at this frequency, right? We are moving jobs, moving homes, getting new cars, getting in new relationships, getting out of relationships. It's like everything is brand new. um, there's this clean slate, and it's because of the work and the choices that you are doing and making. So, A, pat yourself on the back, my G. Congratulations. Right? Right. But also be mindful of the way that you are transitioning. I don't want you to feel like that you're behind anyone's schedule. Again, divine timing is solely based on the work that you do. So if there is something that you feel like I need to do this, I said I was going to do it yesterday, I said I was going to do it the day before, I keep making this small goal and I have yet to set it, I don't want you to feel the need to be too hard on yourself, because in this brand new space, there are a lot of things that are uncertain, right? Because everything is brand new, right? How can you prepare for something that you've never experienced? So it's like you got all the tools, you have all the strategy, all the plan, and but now we're doing this thing. So now, as we're doing this thing, you have to be patient with yourself and acclimating yourself with that thing that we're doing, right? So, like I said, congratulations, and just be patient with yourself. Like every day gets a little bit better, and in those things that you're doing slightly better today than yesterday, congratulate yourself for that shit, because we could be doing so many things wrong. The little wins are significant at this time because it's a lot of things at play, and not only is it needed for you in this moment, it's needed for the collective. So just like I said, I'm doing this message because I was called to it, but I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all because that's how I fuck with y'all, right? Gang gang in this bitch. Um, I was very nervous to do this message because I feel like with these channel changes, I want, again, to show my more authentic self, and with that comes a lot of things that I haven't even spoken to like people in my 3D about, like things that have drastically changed who I am in this vessel that I haven't shared with people who are here with me in this 3D experience. So it's like it is scary because it's like I didn't share those things with those people for a reason, because A, I didn't want to talk about that shit. It's hard to, I don't want to do it. I've talked to myself a lot about it, but it's like, am I really ready to express this to the world and be like, yes, I was this. Yes, I was that. And can you see me as that and still not have pity for me, or judge me or look down on me because I have been victim to certain things like that? Those are the things that play in my head. But also, I feel like more important than my nervousness or my anxiety about the situation is like I feel like there are also other people that are going through the same thing and feel the same way as me. And so it would be important for them on their journey. I'm just trying to be brave. my nigga, because it's a little scary. It is. So, I did have other things that I wanted to share with y'all on this paper, but I think I want to just go ahead and jump right into this. So, moments of clarity, right? If that is one of the videos that we're going to be doing with this channel change, a moment of clarity for me would be in this moment something that I need. A moment for clarity for me would be on January 4th of 2020, I was raped, and it was by a friend, someone who I have been friends with for over 5 years, and we had previously had a relationship. And this was someone that I trusted with me, and someone that I trusted around my children, someone that I allowed in my home, which is something that's very, very, very hard for me to do. And I think for me, because as a child, I was molested and sexually abused. And so going through that as a child, I always felt like, A, this would never happen to me as an adult because there was no adult around to protect me as a child. So I would be the adult for myself moving forward. This would never happen to me. This would never happen to my children. I will always be able to protect myself. So for me, being a victim as a child and then being a victim as an adult, or a survivor is what I like to say, because I'm nobody's victim. Being a survivor as a child and being a survivor as an adult, I think for me as an adult, it hit even harder, right? It was even worse for me because I had built up all these boundaries and all these strategies and all these plans and preparations for if this thing happened, I would be able to protect myself, protect my children, protect everything that I stood for. And so for me as an adult, having that thing taken away from me, it shook everything. It shook how confident I was in myself and my abilities to take care of me, and how confident I was in protecting my children. It didn't make it any better that he stalked me and has been since stalking me for over a year, because this is what, March the 20th that I'm recording this of 2021. So for over the last year since he raped me, he has been stalking me and leaving flowers at my door, calling and texting me, having people call and text me. He's making fake numbers on these text now joints to get in contact with me, social medias, Instagram, Facebook, going about any which way to be around me, be around my energy, and let me know that he's still there, right? So before I moved, it was extremely traumatizing because at that place in that home, I felt stuck. I felt stuck, and I felt that home already made me feel defeated to some capacity or another. It made me feel defeated, and so with him furthering his abuse after the fact, it only made me feel even more vulnerable because I had already felt defeated in that home. Now this thing has happened, and now he is sitting outside my house, leaving handwritten letters on my front door, leaving flowers at my front door, and gifts and cards and letters and all these different things at my fucking front door. I would look outside and he would be sitting outside my house for hours. He would ride around and around my house until I would come outside. When I come outside, he would honk the horn and wave his hand like everything was okay, like we were still friends. Like for me in that moment, I felt trapped. Um, I felt like I was still being raped, and I felt like I was just waiting for him to do it again to me, or do something to my kids, or like I just always, I felt like I was on my toes. Like I never knew when this nigga was gonna hit again. Like I felt stuck. And so I started reaching out because let me say this. The detective that has been working on my case this whole time has not done anything that I feel like is within his capacity to do as far as the law. He hasn't done one fucking thing. So I've been reaching out to advocates, judges, lawyers, called a couple prosecutors today. I reached out to my attorney general. Um, Anything I can do to get my case prosecuted, and I'm telling you, it's bringing me peace. And so when I was at my old house, I felt myself feeling defeated, re-victimized, stuck, struggling, um, like I couldn't protect myself, like I couldn't protect my children. And then when I moved, I felt this shift of what I couldn't do to what can I do to change the situation? What can I control within the situation? So what I could control within the situation was, as fucked up as the justice system is, I can get an EPO or IPO or something that's on paper. So if I see him again and he's threatening me or in my personal space where I feel the need to defend myself, I can do that. And luckily, by the grace of God, he has not yet done that. And fingers crossed, I hope he does not do that. Which is again why I'm trying so hard to get the case prosecuted, because I want this man to go to jail. At the end of the day, what I know for sure is that I'm not his only victim. I feel the need to say this man's name. Um, and so I'm going to do it. His name is Brandon Ingram. I live in Louisville, Kentucky. So if anyone is anywhere in this vicinity and you know this man, protect yourself around him, because he is a predator and he is someone that raped me. So I can't say what he done to anyone else, but I feel it in my heart that I'm not his only victim. And I did do a rape kit. And because he has a lawyer, like I said, it's been over a year now. But because he has a lawyer and he's fighting against it and refuses to show up for an interview, the detective will not do anything further, even though they have an abundance of evidence that, yes, I was raped. Even though the judge that granted me the IPO said, yes, I have a preponderance of evidence that basically sets out what her rape looked like. Okay? Even though I have all of that, this detective and this justice system and the way that it's set up is not willing to prosecute this man because he has a lawyer and because I don't. But what I'm not going to do is sit here and allow him to A, make me feel in this stuck energy, or B, keep letting the days tick by where he could be possibly victimizing someone else. I'm not doing that. So what I can control is trying to get my case prosecuted, which will stop him from further victimizing anyone else. And so I feel like in this time, in this transition, whatever you're going through, there's a need for you to triage your situation, see what's going on around you, receive what it is that you're being uh, downloaded with, the wisdom that's being bestowed upon you, right? Sit in that and let it germinate until you can make an educated decision on what's best for you. Excuse me, not a rational decision. Yeah, now I'm starting to belch, which is definitely what some shit we need to release. So, it's not about what you can, because, right, if you, what is it? You get more bees with honey, right? So you don't want to rush down and yell everyone away. You want to walk down and be able to clearly articulate yourself in a situation that is highly emotional for you, which I feel like is definitely what's going on because I have been doing that myself. What's happening with the collective right now is we are mastering our emotional bodies. Even in situations that yesterday, 2 weeks ago, a week ago, a month ago, could have had us in jail some motherfucking where for shooting a bitch on camera in Walmart. Like that level of emotion. Even for something that is that emotional, we are able to uh, see, feel that emotion, but not be consumed by it. So we are seeing, feeling that emotion, and then we are also seeing and feeling the bigger picture. So yes, you have done this. Yes, it is wrong. Yes, I should crack off in your motherfucking ass because you got me fucked all the way the fuck up. But if I do that, then who is going to do X, Y, and Z? Right? If I do that, how will these other victims get justice? If I do that, because at this point, he is not being prosecuted. So, you know, if worse comes to worse, they're not going to take his DNA and test it against my sample and test it against, put it in the system and be able to say, yes, ma'am, you was right. Yes, ma'am, you was right. Yes, ma'am, they're not going to be able to do that because he hasn't been convicted of anything. So they're not going to run his DNA. So before I take justice into my own hands and just lay a nigga down, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push and push and push and make sure I'm heard every single day, Monday through Friday, from 8 a.m. to 4, 5, 6 p.m., whatever them times that these offices, different offices close. I'm gonna make sure that my voice is heard and enough people hear my name so that if push comes to shove, this man will still be prosecuted regardless of what happens with my case. Because my goal here is to stop this predator, right? So once we have mastered our emotional body, then we can be able to assess every situation, no matter how it makes us feel emotionally. That's what we're doing right now. And I feel like things that we have done leading up into this point have helped with that transition because we have learned to organize and strategize. Like everything is chess out here right now. Everything is chess. We are 17 steps ahead, I heard. And 7 plus 1 is 8. Karma. Right? What you give out is what you get back. And so definitely we are in a space of that. And I feel like we are also at a space of mercy and love. Because will I show you mercy in this moment so that I can give peace and love to the others? Absolutely. And so if I'm in that space, I know you are too. Somebody. Anybody. Okay? Amen. Amen. Now, I am going to pull some cards because it has been a minute and I know y'all fucking love it. I do too. Let's break into these cards. I do have a lot of new decks that I'm not exactly familiar with. And I'm letting y'all know that because I'm being called to fucking use them. So, bear with me. Okay? So the first one is this medium deck. Oh, girl, all type of shit fell on my quesadilla. Got a quesadilla over here, and the card just fell on top of Jesus. But these are the mediumship. The mediumship trend just falling everywhere. So yeah, whatever this message is about to come out, it's probably gonna be significant. With the t on the back, significant. Okay. The mediumship training deck. This is by John Holland and Lauren Rainbow. So we're gonna break this thing out first and let's see what the fuck comes out. G, okay. So this is probably gonna be a collective message because this was moments of clarity, right? We was just talking about things that I felt the need to talk about. And let me keep it a buck. I feel a lot better since I just openly talked about that because I haven't done that yet. Like I haven't talked to my mother about the only people that know is like my baby daddy, my sister, and my oldest daughter. That's it. Like I haven't wanted to talk about this. I haven't talked about this at all. Look, the card on the bottom of the deck is player audience. So be perceptive of what you're hearing, what you're receiving, right? Ain't that also what I was talking about? Look at them stepping on in to just validate everything the fuck that I was just talking about. Listen to what is it? Lean not on your own understanding, but trust in the Lord, rejoice in Him in all your ways, and trust that He will reveal the path that is left for you. Yes, this is what's going on right now. Scorpio gang gang, I felt the need to say Scorpio gang gang, but just imagine SkooBus babies in general. You are listening to your intuition at this time. You are taking the steps as they are being ordered for you. You are making hard choices, is what I'm saying. You are making hard choices. You are cutting certain people off that may have been with you this entire lifetime. Major relationships are changing, and that can be your relationship with yourself, your relationship with the God of your understanding, your relationship with Source, your relationship with your children. I see you becoming better mothers, better fathers, better people, better to yourself. And I swear to God, I smell money. I don't know why. Something is coming to you. Messages from Spirit was the next card out. Yes! and that's a whole butterfly. You have come from the cocoon. You are completely I feel like this message is, especially with these tarot cards, but also in that moment of clarity reign that I just had. These are messages for my magic school bus babies. You know, people that have ascended and know the path and see the steps in front of them and have been taking them. It says you are loved is what it's jumping out to me. You are loved. So I definitely feel like your past on loved ones are speaking something to you in this moment. I'm getting a lot of legal shit. So yeah, definitely with my rant about being raped. Um, if that has happened to you, or if you have some type of legal case going on, uh, there's justice here. Something is being said, something is being spoken, something is being commanded. I told the storm, huh? Okay? I command you to move today. The storm is moving. The brighter day is coming. Spring has sprung is what I'm hearing now. You have come from that cocoon. You are fully you have reached your highest potential in this moment, in this space, in this phase of your spiritual leg of this journey. You have heard your steps and you have moved forward in them. You are trusting yourself and your intuition at this time. And that's super dope. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep going. Time to heal was the next card out. And that does make sense, right, with my moment of clarity. And going through all of that, what I had to do was heal the victim in me so that I could be the survivor, right? Because just me speaking from my own experience, as long as I um, announced myself as the victim, I was still the victim. I was still in that victim place. I was still in that stuck energy. I was still in that moment where he controlled all things, right? So in transitioning from me announcing myself as a victim to me now seeing myself as a survivor, that took a lot of healing, right? And also coming out of that, it's almost like a tower moment is what I'm feeling with this energy and this card for this reading. It's a tower moment of I am not the victim. I am the survivor. Yes, this thing happened and we're going to call this thing a thing, because if we don't give it all the energy that it gave to us, right? We can't give that back unless we truly call this thing a thing. So yes, I was raped, but I am no one's victim. I am the survivor and I will see this thing through, however the fuck that looks like. Coming to that point was a healing. So I'm being called to say, in this moment where things are changing and things seem rough and hard, stay the course. Because in you committing to what those changes feel like and making those hard choices, you are committing to what you deserve, right? And by you committing to what you deserve, you are healing those things that other motherfuckers didn't see in you. And who needs them to see it in you if you already see it for yourself, right? Right. We don't need anything to validate. We don't need anyone outside of us to validate anything that we have already found within. That's what's happening right now for the collective, regardless of your gender or your sign. It's a huge tower moment in this moment for us at this frequency to break down everything that has even the potential to hold us back or keep us in a stuck, cyclical, fear-based lack mentality. We're moving beyond that, right? We have come away from the cocoon. We are this butterfly and we are loved. So when we consume that space of love and we move forward with that, we A, heal ourselves, and we B, see the path. Next card out, yes, it's transdance. So like I was saying before, when we move forward in the ways that we are being guided and we trust that, we are opening up the space to expand on our potential, right? It's like the things that we saw before as a possibility are now things that are reality in which we can grow upon. Things have become even bigger. Also with these two cards, time to heal and transdance, I'm getting a strong message of meditation. Meditation. So as you are making your prayers, as you are sitting down and being obedient in your spiritual practices, be mindful of um, your steps, right? With time to heal and transcend. Be mindful of the lessons. Be mindful of the steps. Be mindful of the sustainable logic and knowledge. I wanted to mix those words. Be mindful of the sustainable logic and knowledge that you need to be able to grow upon, right? Right. So, intuitive walking, yes, which is the sum of these two cards, right? The sum of these two cards is you walking in that. Not only seeing the steps, but being able to walk in them and being like, yeah, I want to walk in them, right? You are only going where you are guided to go. You are only, it's like you're shedding yourself. Yeah, and these are actually leaves in this blue man, but they kind of looked like butterflies to me, Jay. So you are shedding the old and you are cocooned and butterflied into the new. You are walking into what's best for you at this moment. What's wrong, baby? It's on that bag that's hanging from her bed. There's diapers in there and there's wipes in there. You can take the sheets off. Is it just on the top sheet? Check and see if it's just on the top sheet. If it's just on the top sheet, just take that sheet off. Okay. So yeah, you're just following in the steps that you're being guided to. Yeah, and the next one has the invisible shield. So this is what I will say. As you are taking these steps, you are being protected and intuitively, it's like divine timing is happening with every step you take with these two cards. Intuitive walking and the invisible shield. It's like, yeah, nothing is phasing you. Nothing is ruffling your feathers. The feathers are within you here. The feathers are within you. You have peace. You have peace, and it's a different level of peace. Like you haven't had this peace before, and so it makes it even easier for you to leave the situations that weighed you down. Is what I'm getting with these two cards. But I want to break each of these ones down because I'm nosy. Because I'm nosy, and because I just want a little more than that. Okay. The next card is creating sacred space. Look at her with the sage. So yeah, it's like you're smudging it all, right? You're saging it all. It's pure. Everything is clean. It's a brand new slate. It's a brand new book I just heard. Some of you are writers. Some of you are tarot readers. So it's a lot of teachers here. Teachers, life coaches, books that you're writing, recipe books, life books, experience books, how to journal type book. There's a lot of teaching, right? I feel like in this moment you're learning that you are the student because a wise man knows that he don't know shit. There's always something to learn. You're in that space, but you're also in the space of coming into the knowledge that there's something you have to teach. And so when you find yourself anxious or scared in those moments, release that, right? Sage it out. However you smoke, sage it out and put one foot in front of the other. You can't prepare for something that's brand new. You've never done it before. So you just need to do it and see what comes up after that. I want to see what comes after this card. Evidence of spirit. Yeah, you are manifesting like um rapidly. Magician card is what I'm seeing. So um like I was saying earlier, divine timing is based on your ability to see things through, your ability to work on self, right? Once you find it within, you don't seek for it without. So I feel like by you feeling this protective shield, right? This invisible, what does it say? The invisible shield, intuitive walking. So yeah, by you taking these steps and feeling protected, it gives you the confidence to move forward in whatever this thing is that's a little scary for you. And you're getting 3D synchronicities of this thing is right for you to be doing and keep doing it, right? So take heed to that. I feel the need to say, A, take heed to that, and B, don't be afraid. I know that's a hard thing to say because we're all afraid. Like, that's just in our human experience, right? We're going to experience that. But sometimes our fear can stop us. And I don't want you to do that, because whatever this thing is that your spiritual gang is giving to you to share with the world, it's needed at this time. So, um, sometimes we build this window of opportunity. Like, if I don't do it today, I'm going to fuck it up. It's not that specific, but it's like, if you don't get going with it, it's like it's gonna skip you. Like, they're gonna give it to someone else. So either you're gonna do it in a time that's reasonably comfortable for you, and in the time frame that they are giving you this thing, because it's so important for others. So either you're gonna jump on it in that capacity, or they're gonna give it to someone else because it is needed at this time. It's not to say that you won't be able to contribute if you miss this window of opportunity, but you might say it a little different from someone else that might hit different than somebody else. And it might be exactly what's needed in this time. So, as scared as you are, just always know that there's somebody out there that's just as scared and needs to hear you say, I'm that scared too. Real simple, right? All right, let's break these cards down real quick, and then we're going to get the fuck up out of here, because I got a couple other readings that I want to do, okay? Okay. So, yes, let's get the right away. Okay. So, let's break down these two cards, clairaudience and messages from spirit. So, let's be very clear here. I feel like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 6 cards are from your spiritual gang. Clairaudience, right? That's hearing from other realms, not things that are going on here. So you might have been hearing things lately and nobody else heard them, or you might be calling for your kids like, hey, did you call my name? And they like, no, we didn't call you, mom, we didn't call you. But you swear to God you heard them call you. That's your spiritual gang trying to get your attention about something. That's the first spiritual card. Second spiritual card is, that's my baby. You know, she always chimes in when it's hidden, right? So messages from spirit, like, that's very obvious. This is a message from spirit. And then the trance dance feels very much like meditative energy. Making your prayers, you trying to manifest, you sowing your oats, right? This is what that feels like for me. And then the invisible shield, right? This is your protection from your spiritual gang. No two ways about that. And intuitive walking. You are being led to take the steps that you're taking. So 5 out of these 6 cards are directly connected to your spiritual gang, and it's translating into your 3D. So as above, so below. So I want to say you're very tapped in. Um, you're very tapped in, but I feel like you want validation. Like, am I doing this thing right? And I feel like you are. I feel like you are. I feel like you're still learning and growing. I try to pick these up, and this one's still on the bottom. Let me see. Yeah, it was the 9 of Swords, but it was in reverse. So it's like you're overthinking. Yeah, because the 9 of Swords upright is like something that's waking you up at night, something that doesn't. It's like you waking up in the bed that you made. Now you have to lay in it. This is the person waking up and realizing the bed that they made for themselves. This is in reverse. So you haven't even made a bed for yourself. You're just overthinking it. You're like, I know what this bed. It's okay, Day. You all right, Mama? It's like, um, I already know what this bed is gonna look like, so I'm not even going near it. Like, you're talking yourself out of it, and I feel like that goes over here with clairaudience and messages from spirit. So, 9 of Swords in reverse is breaking down. It's okay, baby. It's all right, Mama. Bear with me. My daughter's in there helping her, so she's just getting a little diaper change, and she's uncomfortable. It's all right, baby. Hey, Day Day. I know it. All right, stop yelling. I know it. I know. It's okay. Hey. I know it. You got her, Jay? You got her? You got her? Oh. Oh. Hold on to her for a second. She do? Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back real quick, okay? I'm sorry. Right.